The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy.
Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome in to another edition of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to give my video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and you are following me on all the social media platforms. That way, if there's a band, a song, a video, something you want me to check out, you can hit me up with a DM or leave it in the comments below. If you are going to leave it in the comments below, just do me a favor. Give it a cursory read through. If you see that your suggestion has already been made, leave a like and an I concur on that suggestion. That'll help my old DJ burnout resin-coated brain look down and go, oh, this has 57 replies, and they all say I concur. That must be one of the more popular suggestions. That kind of helps my brain put it into a nice little organized list back like when I was answering phones at the radio station, and I can get it into my handy-dandy notebook. So thank you to everybody for your suggestions, for your help, for your guidance along the way. And make sure you are subscribed again. You're helping me grow the channel. And the more the channel grows, the more stuff I can do. For example, for my subscribers, tomorrow night, Friday the 14th of October, I am going to be doing a live stream Q&A. So if you have any questions for me about radio, the music industry, my life, my stories, my adventures, you're more than welcome to get on there and in the chat. I don't know how this is going to work, but you can ask me anything. It's a Q&A starting tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central Time here on the YouTube channel. But the only people that can ask questions are subscribers to the channel. So you got to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That way you can ask me a question. And every Friday afterward, I will be doing a live stream. So every Friday, make sure you're subscribed. That way you can jump on, ask me questions. I still don't know what I'm going to call it. I don't know if it's going to be like Friday Live or Wild Side Live or Live on the Wild Side, or I don't know. If you have a suggestion, put it down below. It's not a vote or anything. Just throw your suggestion down below. We'll bandy it about, see what rolls off the tongue. But Friday, starting tomorrow, and every Friday subsequently, I will be doing a 2-hour live stream. You can ask me anything. I'll talk about stories of the day, music stories, whatever. We'll have a nice little Friday conversation. So again, make sure you are subscribed. And if you are going to hit me up with a DM on social media, please, no spamming. Okay? I'm thinking I may start spamming people back that do it to me, but with something horrible, something really, really bad. I haven't figured it out yet, but I may start reverse spamming people. So please don't do that, man. It's tiresome. I understand, you think, hey, if I say it enough times, he'll either A, think it's the most popular thing ever, or B, just get tired of me asking and eventually play it or do the review of it. So that's not how it works, man. I get to these when I can. I do have a day job, so I try to get to everybody's suggestions or at least try to get to something similar. So again, with your help, I thank you very much for that. Thank you to Aspen Dental, Connect 200, Music 2C, and Gothic Jewelry. They are the reasons I don't ask you for money. So thank you very much to my sponsors. And don't forget, tomorrow and every Friday, 2-hour live stream starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. You can ask me anything, anytime, but you have to be a subscriber. Today's video is coming from a previous video I had done for Nemophilia. And I think, was that the video where I said, if you don't call yourself nemophiliacs, you're missing out on an opportunity? But someone said I needed to go back and check out an older Lovebites video because I had done some Lovebites video reactions. And they said, oh, you got to check out this track. So today, we're getting around to Lovebites Live 2020 Tokyo, and it is Holy War. Let's check it out. That was crazy good, man. Lovebites, Holy War. I wanted to stop it real quick because sometimes these videos go to ads and I want to go back and check something out. So I had to stop it really quick. Wow. I wrote down, one of the first things I wrote down was, and I didn't do it, I don't mean this in the actual way of its meaning, bona fide. I wrote down bona fide. That is bona fide metal right there. That is straight metal. I love that sound. The overall tone of this band just drips metal. And it's really cool. And I've noticed this is symphonic metal, but their version of symphonic metal, where other bands are pop metal or other bands are thrash metal. They are symphonic metal because her voice is very harmonic and very large and very operatic at moments, and she's hitting notes. Like I said, man, I'm getting Queensryche, I'm getting Tesla, I'm getting Dokken, I'm getting really good notes that are sustained the entire time, and that's live. Bro, this is the second song of their set, and they're bringing that level of energy. I think is what really people should look at and say, okay, that is another instrument in and unto itself. That energy, that joy, that passion that these girls have on stage while playing comes through in everything. And her vocals, and again, excuse me, I try to do the names correctly, but make sure politely correct me down below if I get them wrong. Asami, I believe, is how you pronounce her name. That lead vocalist is so good because when you're doing that kind of symphonic metal vocally, I talk about this all the time, and there are other vocal coaches that can probably explain it better than I can. Number one, she has no ramps or drops. I think they're called onsets. But from the time she starts a note to the time it ends, or a word, it's thick and rich in its texture the entire way. A lot of times, especially live, when singers are trying to hit those really testing notes, they will ramp and drop. But what Asami's able to do, she has such magnificent control of her instrument that there's no danger zone for her. The danger zone for a singer is the throat. I'm not talking about throat singing. That's a completely different muscle group, is a completely different usage. I'm talking about the screaming. That's a danger zone for a lot of vocalists, especially live, especially metal. A lot of times, the vocalist will allow the danger zone to control the flow of air and the control of the muscles to create that note, and it becomes the screech. It becomes the raspy scream. But what you're hearing with Asami and vocalists of her caliber is the ability to maintain such a rich and thick texture through the entirety of whatever it is they're singing. And those two note catches, both in the middle and at the end there, right from the get-go to the end, it was solid the whole way. So it was one color the entire time. There was no fluctuation in the pulses of light coming through that note, coming through that sound. The tone that she was creating with her vocals was crisp and clear and bright. And I don't mean bright, a sunny day in the winter, bright. Hurt the eyes bright. I mean a refreshing brightness to the color spectrum that comes through her vocals. So this song was really good at displaying her control, her absolute mastery of her vocal control. Because again, nowhere in this track did I hear anything that sounded like stress. I didn't hear anything that sounded like a push or a drop, right? Like there was no quit in her vocals. So just absolutely magnificent from Asami. And the guitar players, if I'm not mistaken, Miyako is the rhythm guitar. She's considered the rhythm guitar player because that wasn't, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but if that is someone who's coming along, because from what people have told me, where she does this, she does that, bro, that's a lead guitarist in any other band. But Midori is the lead. This song didn't have a lead guitar. So I'm not when I do the research and I see words like lead and rhythm, and then I see this, it's like, do the people that write that know what's what? Because that was a twin guitar attack, and that is classic. It is tradition. It is, like I said, I wrote down Dokken, Queensryche. I was getting hints of that really good guitar-driven metal of Zakk Wylde's Ozzy and, even Jakey Lee's Ozzy, that really good guitar-driven, freight train attack of note and chord progression. And what I like about them is they make it look so not easy, because that's not easy. They make it look comfortable and fun. Again, the energy that's coming from these 5 off the stage is just enormous, just absolutely enormous. It is, like I said, it is its own instrument. So when they're laying out these guitar solos and they're going back and forth, and I really liked that twin harmony that they had going with those guitars. That is straight up metal. Again, bona fide, man. That is bona fide stuff. And their chord progressions are really cool because they were working off each other and they were doing that little dance between each other. And I really respect when players are able to do that. There's no pretense with these young ladies. They all understand who's who and what's what, and they just love doing what they do, and it really does come through. So well done with that. I love twin guitar attacks, man. I really do. What is it? Bagpipes and twin guitars need to be in more metal. And the somebody help me out here. I saw a video from a band. I believe they were called Wagaki Band. If I'm not was it Wagaki Band that had the traditional Japanese drums, which are awesome, which I thought were just absolutely. Maybe I should do one from them again, but that was just completely awesome as well. So those are instruments you should be subtly adding into your metal. That was just absolutely fantastic. Love the twin guitars. Now let's talk about the very foundation upon which this entire song is built. The entire foundation on which this song is built is Miho and Haruna. That drummer, dude. And again, this is the second song of their set, and she's running marathons back there. It's ridiculous. The power and the speed and the control that is coming off those skins. But the bass really, it's creating such a funky, smooth. It's a smooth funk in a metal. It was really cool how she was doing that. She was slapping, she was tapping, she was picking. She was running every single type of technique on that bass and creating this really cool groove with the drums. And there's something I got to go back and see that Haruna had done in the drums. It's a little, I always look for subtleties. When people say what makes songs so great, a lot of times it's a subtle thing. Yes, it's a magnificent song. Yes, it's a massive track. Yes, there's just power dripping out of every single hole in the speaker. Great. But there are subtleties as well, little tiny things that I always try to look for and pick up on. And she did something with her hands that is almost polyrhythmic, and it was fantastic to see. Coming up. What was it earlier? I can't find it now. Cool little rip. Right there. Right there. Did you see it? Real subtle. Right there. That change of step. It's a change of step is what's happening here. There's a change. There's a bridge happening. There's a song by Led Zeppelin, I believe it's called The Ocean. Is it in The Ocean where he says, where's that confounded bridge? That's what he's talking about. He's talking about where's the where's the connection between this and that? And Haruna doing that right there changed everything. It's real subtle. It was super cool how she did that. So again, the very foundation upon which that song is built was built on this really unorthodox funk bass line with this really cool changing rhythmic pattern of the drums at such a frenetic pace that sometimes you may not notice it. So that's why I had to go back and look and watch that quick, change of step. And it created that bridge to go from one point to the next. And if you call it a fill, whatever you want to call it, but it was a perfect little subtlety that was added to that track that I found just amazing in how the foundation of that song was built. So again, Lovebites, they're just absolutely bona fide. They're metal, dude. Their presence, their energy, their vibe, their songs, their power, it's all metal. So there's really not like an argument about it. I don't even know if it is a debate. If it is a debate, it's a dumb debate, right? Like if there's anyone out there questioning, whether or not that's a metal band, that's just that's a dumb argument to have. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Of course they are. And that was awesome. Holy War Live 2020 in Tokyo. Lovebites. Thank you very much for that suggestion. I appreciate it greatly. I'm sorry I went off on a couple of tangents there. I do that sometimes, as you'll find out in the future the more you watch. Thank you again for your help understanding, correcting me, and making sure I understand band histories and stuff like that. You guys have been awesome. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and you are following me on all the social media platforms. Again, make sure you're subscribed so when I'm doing my Q&A live stream every Friday at 7, subscribers have the opportunity to get in the chat and ask me anything. And that starts tomorrow, the 14th of October. In case you're watching this late, I'm sorry if you missed it, but starting Fridays, I'll be doing my live stream. I don't know what I'm going to call it, Wild Side Live on the Wild Side, I don't know. Put your suggestions for the upcoming Friday live stream down below, and I'll see if I can work that into imaging somehow. So thank you to Aspen Dental, Connect 200, Music 2C, and Gothic Jewelry. Without them, I'd be begging you for money, and I don't want to do that. I just want to sit here and enjoy some rock and roll. So thank you very much for your suggestions. Thank you for playing the I Concur game. It is hilariously humbling, and I appreciate that you're showing me that respect, and it humbles me and shows me that y'all are listening and you're helping my channel grow. So thank you. I hope I can repay you by being entertaining and informative. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this has been The Wild Side.